In the very heart of a lush African village known as Obunike, there lived a young girl named Adina with ebony skin and eyes that sparkled like the night sky. She possessed a spirit that radiated warmth and joy. Adina's days were filled with laughter as she roamed the village each time she wanted, her playful spirit touching the hearts of all who knew her. One fateful day, a devastating drought descended upon the land. The once vibrant fields withered and the rivers ran dry. The village, once brimming with life, now faced the harsh reality of starvation and despair. Adina's family, like many others, struggled to find sustenance. Adina could sit each day musing. Because of this drought, she would sit thinking of what to do to help her family and others in the village because they were really suffering. One day, Adina decided to go to the next village with Olu, her friend, to see whether the drought affected them badly as it had affected their own village. And if the village own was better, they would find a way to seek help for their own village. The two girls set out for the journey, and on their way, Olu became tired. She had not eaten since morning, and she had become very weak. So, she told Adina that they should go back to their village. But Adina refused to go back home. Although we've come a long way, let's continue so that we can help our village people and our families. But Olu could not stand it. Olu refused. Olu could not continue, so she left Adina on the way and went back home to the village. Adina continued on the journey with determination to help her people, and after much trekking, she realized she had gone too far. The village was not as far as she had gone by now. She continued the journey hoping she would soon get there, but as night fell, she knew she was lost. She had gone too far. Adina wandered for days, staggering and falling as she went along. After about 14 days, her body became frail from hunger and exhaustion. She stumbled upon a hidden oasis, and she was so grateful. A solitary palm tree, standing tall amidst the desolation. With her last ounce of strength, she reached up, plucked a single date from the tree. As she savored the muzzle, a handsome stranger appeared, a wanderer, with a kind smile etched on his weary face. He introduced himself as Ijue, who had witnessed many villages' plight on the drought. As they mingled within a few days of being together, Adina was happy to have at least seen her soul after many weeks, and he was glad to see her too. It was as though they were being united by the hands of the gods. As they ate under the beam of the moonlight light that shone over them, they gradually fell in love, and Adina began to recover her strength. But the two went too far in their passion and love. Before they knew it, Adina was already vomiting each morning. Ijue was more experienced in the things of the world. He understood immediately that Adina must be pregnant. Ijue told her that, and Adina began to cry. She cried a lot, telling him the reasons she had set out on the journey in the first place. Adina was surprised such a thing could happen. "Oh, Ijue, what am I going to tell my people?" she asked, crying all the more. Ijue consoled her and told her she would not be able to go back home now. That was too far away with the condition she was in, and so she should forget about going back to her village until she had put to bed. The surprised Adina stared at him. He told her about the magic seed he had been given by his parents, and how when planted on the ground would make rains to fall. He had been using it to help many other villages during the drought, and he promised he would use it to help Adina's village to regain its greener pastures. Adina was happy to hear that, but that was going to take time because of her situation now. But there was nothing she could do. She must have to wait it out. Her only begging was that the Creator should protect her parents and the people from her village. 9 months later, Adina gave birth to a bouncing baby boy that resembled her. 3 months later, Adina began to beg Ijue to let her go home to help her people and family. She said she would come back to him after using the magical seed to help them. She was now very much in love with her husband and son and could hardly stay away from them. Adina's tradition demanded that she got married before having children, and so she would leave the baby with her father and hurry to her village to quietly tell her people about it, and then he will come back with her someday. So Ijue gave her a donkey and promised that after she returned back, he will go and meet her parents to pay her dowry. In that way, she will have some respect. The next day, Adina set off for her village with the magical seed, leaving her son with his father to be fed with goat's milk. The donkey took about 7 days to get to Obunike village where Adina hailed from. Her parents and villagers who had thought she was dead were surprised. They were surprised to see her arrive back home, looking robust but in a bad shape because of the journey. The journey had taken a bad toll on her, and she was a young mother. Her parents and others were very happy to see her, and when she looked around, she saw that the drought had really taken a real bad turn on them all. Rain had still not fallen since she left. She told them about the magical seed immediately, and they all were happy. Let us try it, they said. They struggled to till the hardened soil to plant the seed, and as soon as the seed was inserted to the ground, as the heavy rain began to fall, and for the first time in a little more than a year, Obunike village experienced rainfall. Everyone was happy. Wow, Adina, 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 all over the place. Adina became like a goddess, and she was hailed, respected, and almost worshipped like a goddess. She had helped the village, but unfortunately, Adina's condition worsened. She became terribly ill, and not knowing how sick she was, she called her parents and told them about Ijue and her son. Her parents were shocked. They cried and felt bad at what their daughter had passed through in order to help them and the whole village. Adina tried to describe where they would be able to find Ijue and her son, but she could not. Adina died and the whole village mourned her. Adina, they were crying, the whole village were mourning. They turned her into a legend. 15 years later, after Ijue had cried brokenheartedly that his love, Adina, had forsaken him and their son, he decided to go in search for his love. Their son wanted to know his mother, and so Ijue took his son on a donkey and they went in search for his beloved village. He did not know where to find the village, but he knew the name Adina had called. He was going to go from village to village seeking for the name of that place she had called Obunike. And as they set out, it took them 3 good days to find the village. The journey of a man, it was not that difficult. He asked of Adina, and people were surprised at the middle-aged man and young boy looking like Adina asking after her. They were directed to Adina's home, where they met her aged parents. Adina's parents, on sighting them, recognized the young boy from the face of their daughter. Due to the resemblance, both parents began to cry immediately. People came and were surprised when they heard about the whole thing. So Adina has a son. Though it was out of wedlock, but they were happy that she had someone, that Adina had given birth to a son that would keep her memory lingering and her bloodline going. So Iju had to pay her bride price to make it legit that he was the rightful owner of their son and in-law to the family. Iju was welcomed, and with the powers he possessed, was able to lead the village to a great height. Adina's son was later made the first king of Obunike village, was crowned the first king of Obunike village, in memory of the young girl Adina that helped the whole village. That's the end of the story. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. Thanks for watching.